Hey guys, Adrian here for Smarter Media. This is vlog number. Let me move the video here. Number nine. Number nine. Another unedited shot one. It is 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. I have anxiety. That I tend not to be able to sleep when I have a lot of things on my mind. I'm working and I try to work. I can't work recently. There's a lot been going on lately, coming up in a whole other video. Apologizing that for I haven't really gotten Smarter Media where I wanted to over summer. I haven't really got Digital Dojos for that matter where I wanted to it over summer. But I hope to change that. I do. Um, I just want to kick back and kind of focus off of let go of working for a while and kind of just shoot a vlog topic on something else. And that is much more where I decided to do this video. I shot this video a little bit in the afternoon, like last week. I didn't like the way it turned out. I was just rewatching it 20 minutes ago, and I wanted to reshoot it. And this will honestly probably be worse because this was shot. This is shot 5:30 in the morning. My thoughts are all over the place. I am super tired, as you can tell, but my body's tired. I don't personally want to sleep because I have so much to do and all of that. My mind's telling me not to sleep. Anyways, I want to talk about religion. And religion is always a controversial topic when it comes to the internet. I want to talk about my story and more why I do not believe in a god, a omnipotent figure, whatever it may be, and my reasonings and my just a small overview. There's tons of videos to come because I love to cover religious content, and I hope to cover that with Smarter Media to come. So as I was raised a Roman Catholic. Both my parents are Filipino. So that's just a dominant religion in the Philippines. I believe it was brought over by the Spaniards, if I'm not mistaken. And by all means, if I ever do make a mistake in this video, if I quote something wrong, you can of course correct me in the comments. I'd love to hear your feedback. Um, and I want to start by saying, yeah, I don't know if I consider myself an atheist in that I would consider myself more agnostic in that I don't completely 110% reject evidence. If evidence was shown to me of some god, a physical figure, whatever it may be, I'm not stupid enough to reject that. I'm not immune to that. But I am, more keen to saying that, yeah, 110% of me would say it's more or less likely than a god figure or a symbol or a figure or some sort of miracle would happen that would cause me to believe in an almighty being. Um, so I was raised, like I said, I went to church. I did the whole Sunday school thing and all that. And as I grew up and I grew older and I studied more different religions, I've always had a thing for different viewpoints, different aspects of people. And I kind of saw the fallacy early in that I'm going to church. I'm hearing these people say, this is the one and only God. He is the one and only. And there's a commandment that says, no, I don't know exactly for words, but basically, ye shall have nobody over him. Nobody, you should worship nobody over your God or God. And for me, anyway, for Roman Catholics, that's what I was told. And that really kind of didn't settle with me. And I grew older, and I talked to a lot of different people. I read a lot of different books from the LDS, the Mormons, the Latter-day Saints, the Old Testament, the New Testament, a lot of different scatter reading and information and stuff like that. I watched a lot of content from Christopher Hitchens, one of my idols, and that it couldn't settle with me, in that it didn't connect. And why is they're telling me that this is my one and only God, this is the yet so many different people believe in other things. And then it's dawned on me that religion's kind of just based on where you're born or where you're raised in. If I was born in some other family, maybe I was Catholic, maybe I was a Mormon, maybe I would have been raised a Mormon, maybe I would have been raised reading the Quran, maybe I would have been raised not believing anything at all. Maybe I would have been raised worshiping an animal or female goddess or multiple goddesses, as many different people do. There's so many different beliefs and religious systems. That's the problem within itself. If there's one omnipotent figure, why do we have all these different idols? I feel religion's more of like a telephone game, in that you start the message and it gets passed down, and by the end it gets all jumbled up and you get all sorts of different crazy things in there. And I honestly think that's how stuff kind of got started. And it's ridiculous to think that you have so many different people believing hundreds of thousands of different religions, and yet there's all these people claiming, no, mine's mine's the truth. Mine is definitely because mine's or blah 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 blah. It goes on and on. I don't have a problem if you have a religious faith. I don't have a problem whether you believe in something or you don't. It's when you don it upon me and you base your religious morals on me and you throw all of that upon me, that's when I tend to have problems with religion. I think people do need a faith system. I think people need that support system in life to carry them on, whether it's, after a passing of somebody or whatever it may be. Some people do need that faith to wake up every morning, go to sleep every night, safe and sound. That's just how some people are. For me, I am more self-reliant in that, when people talk to me about the success I've reached so far and they say, oh, you must be so blessed and you must thank God for all that. No, I don't, because I've worked my ass off night and day for the stuff I've achieved in my life up to this point. and in this work area, at least in my career. A lot of it was supported by my parents, by no doubt. But I mean, the stuff I've accomplished personally, I've done that. Nobody else. Nobody was hand holding me through that. I didn't pray anything over that or don anything over that. Um, but that's one of my major problems with religion. I mean, and if you dive deeper into the book, it's a book. I don't want to generalize the Bible. I mean, there's Old Testament, New Testament. There's all those different versions and iterations. But in a book, in general, that kind of, for one, a book that once condoned slavery, a book that said that commanded a stoning to death, a book that tested Abraham to kill his only son, and before he did it, said, "Oh no, it was just a test. That was just a trial of your faith." It sounds ridiculous to me. Maybe there's some hidden lesson there, but if it was a God to tell me to kill my only son in the name of him to test my faith, I couldn't even fathom that being a God, or why I'd worship him for that matter, why I'd believe in him. And then there's so much treachery and deceit and then lies that happen in the book and stuff. Obviously, that people claim today. There's stuff about homophobe and all that. People that are gay, and that God in some religions, some people believe that's totally against God's word and all that. That another man shouldn't lie with another man type thing. And I again, that's another huge ridiculous statement. I think that people are the way they are, and whether they're born that way or they become that way, and you leave them at that. I have no problem with whether it's lesbians, gays, whatever it may be, and I think it's ridiculous when people use the Bible to kind of defend that right, that people that men or other men shouldn't be married, or women and other women shouldn't be married, whatever it may be. There's so many errors in the book, and it really is ridiculous. And then when I talk to people, they tend to tell me, God has no impact in this world. He's more watching the pieces play out, much like a chessboard. Because I used to talk about, things like the Holocaust. How could something, you think back to the Holocaust, millions and millions of people died. Not just Jews, but millions of people in general. Human beings died under the, under a lot of it was done by Hitler, his orders. But obviously, iconic figures during the time like Hitler, Josef Mengele, the Archangel or whatever it may be. During the Holocaust, there was horrific things that happened. And then a lot of people said, well, how does God let something like that happen? And then a lot of people say, he has no impact. Of course, it's done by humans. We bring that stuff on, just like we brought the war on terror, etc., etc. But if God has no impact, I don't see why people have the tendency to, they say they pray for this and that. I know people pray for crazy stuff like car, money, safety, and all that. They pray for tons of stuff. Yet it's kind of selfish to me that you pray for, one being, whether it's one person's. I understand that. Sometimes we're just doing it for the well-being of others. We have somebody in the hospital. We really want them to get better. Best wishes are always, a way for us to feel comforted. But in a way, it's kind of selfish to me when people say, they pray for the safety of one person or somebody else or themselves when millions of people die, and they say, oh, hey, he couldn't do anything about it. What makes a difference? If he can't do anything about millions of people, what makes you so special that he can help you out? But he can't help millions of people dying or thousands of people dying. There's tons of people dying all over the world, whether it's Africa with the starving children and all that, whether it's in some other third world country. There's so much that's going on in the world. And I think I like to live more for the now. I like to live more for my own goals, my own morals, and base it off that. I think that humans' right isn't so much to do good things to go to heaven. It's just you do good things, period. You don't really look at the outcome. I don't really look at whether I'm going to go to heaven or not go to heaven. I just do it. And I feel like more where I don't believe in God, I have less of that fear as when you're raised, the devil. I don't believe in a devil. If there's no heaven, then there's hell. There's, no pun intended, but there sure is no hell. Or there hell, yeah, for sure there's no hell. That's the way I view things, That's my own viewpoint. And a lot of you aren't going to agree 10 times, I'm sure. Maybe somebody will. Who knows? Anyways, this is my vlog for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now it's a little bit long. Love to hear you guys' thoughts below. Thanks for watching.